Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords. My name's Axfield. We are on part 3 where I'm building a carnivore town, so we're exclusively feeding the people only on animal products, so they're not allowed to have any veggies or berries or anything that is not to do with animals. And it's been progressing pretty well. So we now, within this episode, I want to start importing salt so that we can start producing the sausages, and then we'll have a stable supply basically of meat, eggs and sausages, and on and off on the occasions we will have honey and fish. So those are the commodities that I'm basically feeding the town with. So I've got my butchery on this side, and all I've got to do now is to start importing the salt. So let's quickly get that set up. Now I did also progress to the last stage of my development. With at this stage of the game's development, you can only get up to 6 development points. So we unlock the better deal, so the salt is not going to cost us too much. And I want to just start importing that. So let's just see, I think it's over here, yeah. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to maybe go ahead and import 20 salt at a time. It's going to be quite pricey. I mean, that's going to cost us 180 coin per pop. But I think it should be fine. We're going to just have to keep an eye on our regional wealth and to make sure that we don't actually go into a loss. But I've got plenty of stuff that I am trading, that I'm exporting. So at this stage, I believe the salt is literally the only thing that I'm going to import. Okay, then also additionally, I do have roof tiles that I'm importing. But we don't use a lot of that. I mean, we're only going to use these roof tiles every time that we've got to upgrade the burgage plots to level 3, and I don't think I'm going to actually upgrade any more burgage plots. I think for where we are now currently, I think we are good to go. So we can actually just keep it the way it is. Once the winter time has passed, I'm going to assign people at the fisherman's hut again, and they can start getting fish for us. So now I've added a third family here to the woodcutter's lodge. They do consume more wood over the winter time. So you can see there that we are struggling a little bit with the fuel supply, but the food in itself is doing very well. Okay, so we just need to, let's see, a butcher shop, farms production. Okay, I don't think I'm going to put any limit here. Just want to see that when we get the salt. Okay, there. We got our first salt in now, so this butcher, they should be starting to produce the sausages, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so for 1 salt and 1 meat, we get 2 sausages, so that's not too bad. And our currency, our regional wealth is climbing, so that's good. We've still got space for 3 more families to move in. I am thinking of just adding some more chicken coops. Now we are requiring some planks. I do need to assign another family here for the planks. So let's take 1 family away from the logging camp, and I'm going to just assign them there to start sawing, just to produce some planks. Once we've got another family that's moved in, I'm going to sign them there by the logging camp. But I've still got to kind of juggle the families here pretty much. You see, because we also don't have any veggies, I find it a little bit more difficult to juggle with the families as to where I want to assign them. Right. Okay, so but our coin is looking good. Yeah, and there we can see we are starting to produce the sausages now. So I'm not sure how many burgage plots we need, or how many butcher shops we need to produce enough sausages. I've got currently only 1 butcher shop that's producing the sausages, and then I've got 1 that's doing the general slaughtering. So like, for example, if we've got over a certain amount of sheep. Now I do want to increase the limit of the sheep a little bit more, so let's do that. I'm gonna take this up to 50 and then 45 for the lambs, and then we're also going to use our trading post. Take it up to 50 and 45. There we go. Right. So at this level where we are now, I think we've got enough meat that we're producing. I think it's safe to say we are at a good level. You can see that we've got 200 meat, which is insane. And then we've got a decent amount of eggs just to sustain us. And slowly but surely the sausages are accumulating now. I think I might need to assign another family to become a butcher. And we're going to have to maybe produce some extra sausages. But I'm going to just keep an eye on it. It does look like it's climbing slowly but surely. So I think my most stable production is going to be the meat, the sausages, and the eggs. Those three are going to run pretty stable, and then on and off I'll have the fish, and I've also got some families that's giving us honey, but they will definitely need to do something about the honey production. It's very bad with the way that it's set up now. It's just, you can build so many apiaries and have so many families assigned to get honey, but it's just not enough. Okay, so you can see our currency, our regional wealth is climbing, in spite of the fact that we are importing the salt and the roof tiles. Okay, just want to see, have I got workshops here? I still need workshops over here. Okay, so these ones I'm going to also change into chicken coops. And yeah, I think that should do the trick. I think then we should be producing enough eggs in any case. Alright, so let's see, a logging camp, that's fine, that's fine. Alrighty, so all the new families that we're getting in, we're going to just assign them to the fisherman's hut. You can see we've got the barley now here. And we've got a decent amount of ale. I think that should sustain us. Let's just see here. Okay, so I think we've got enough sheep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the family away from this livestock trading post. We're not going to use them anymore. I really don't think we're going to use them at all anymore. So I'm going to assign that family then to basically just also work here by the fisherman's hut. Now we can add more families here to the stone church, and I think that will give us extra approval rating for the church level. Not enough stable space. Oh. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Let me just quickly do this. Our pastures are running out. There we go. Okay, so from this stage we're also starting to pay taxes now. Generic storage full. Okay. Alright, this is now for the log specifically. Okay, it does seem to me that one butcher shop is enough. If there's one butcher shop that's producing the sausages, I think it's enough. It does look like it. It's slowly but surely climbing. And this is now for a population of just under 200. So that's not bad at all. We can maybe consider to just upgrading more of these houses to burgage plots level 2, I would say. So let's do that. I'm just going to upgrade a bunch of them to level 2. I am considering maybe upgrading a few more burgage plots to level 3, just to give us that extra family that can help us basically with everything, all the basics. It looks like we've got a water shortage over here, so I'm going to upgrade this well point, and then I'm going to just add maybe a basic well on this side. There's actually no water running through here, so I think the only thing that I can do is to maybe upgrade the stone wall, because they are complaining about water, having access to water. I don't know, it's like, it seems very close to where these burgage plots are, so I don't know why they're struggling with the water. In any case, okay, let's just maybe look at upgrading these burgage plots. I'm gonna maybe just do another 2 to level 3. Now in the near future we'll be able to upgrade these burgage plots to level 4, and then I think we're going to need these blocks. So when you look at the construction material, we're either going to only use stone, or we're going to additionally have to get blocks as well. So we're going to need like a stone, I don't know what you call it, like a stone works or something, which can then create blocks. and then we'll be able to upgrade these burgage plots to level 4. But you can see that we actually need quite a few different items to upgrade them. So you need 4 different food types, which we actually are covering at this stage, which I think is pretty impressive, because seeing that we're not using apples, bread, berries or vegetables as food sources. And usually the vegetables being like the best food source within Manor Lords. It would be cool if there was a way that you can cultivate the berries. You know, maybe get like a forester that can specifically focus on planting berry bushes or something. Alright, so we've got now another family, and just want to see with the supply. Let's just see. Yeah, okay, so you can see the supply capacity is running a little bit full. So we can add another family here to the granary. Let's just check that out. Okay, it's looking a little bit better. And how many? We've got still 14 spots left for the market stall. So you really don't need that big of a space. But the market square is starting to look really nice and colorful. Yeah, okay. So from what I can see, the one butcher shop that's doing the sausages, it looks like it's enough. And our money is still accumulating on this side. So yeah, it's a pretty vital thing to just set up this better deals. Especially when it comes to the imports, the better deals is going to make a big difference for you. Now, what I'm thinking is of just maybe assigning some extra mercenaries, hiring them. These ones are very cheap. Sign the contract. I think I'm going to just go ahead and hire them. And the reason why I say that is because we can, our AI opponent, they might decide to try and claim our lands, because you can see they've pretty much claimed all of these lands. I was so focused on just supplying all the food for the people that I didn't really pay much attention on what they were doing. But yeah, I just need some extra defenses over here. So I'm going to hire the mercenaries, and then I've got another 4 parties of soldiers. Alright, so I'm going to just bring them here to the town. Just station them nearby. They can maybe just stand over there. Yeah, I'm going to just keep them like that. Okay, now if we do need more soldiers, or let's say if they do set up more mercenaries available for us, I think I'm going to just go ahead and hire them as well. I don't have the strongest of soldiers. We're still at the 70% approval rating. We're getting now that extra approval for the clothing variety. Yeah, we should be getting that food variety as well. So I'm going to assign this extra family that came in. I'm going to also assign them to the granary. Okay, because it does look like we're still struggling with the supply capacity for the granary. And we're currently now at 202 population. Okay, so I've got my mercenaries over here. I think we are decently or reasonably protected if anybody does decide to attack us. Now, I would love to have the ability to set up watchtowers and build proper city walls, and I do think it's coming within the next big update. I know the only thing I do know is that we'll be able to upgrade our manor to a stone structure and do like an outer bailey where the people can shoot from the wall. So your manor is going to be a really vital point for your town. you're gonna have to place the manor strategically to help or try and help defend your town. But yeah, so from what we can see here now, you can see we've got food supply for up to 6 months. So if you've got all of these development, how can I say, these branches unlocked, like the ones that I've got now currently, let's say excluding the beekeeping, but if you've got all of these unlocked, I think you can pretty much effectively run a carnivore town without utilizing any veggies, berries, bread, or apples. We've got space for one more family. I think let's just go ahead and upgrade this burgage plot as well. Okay, so we've got the water access now. I think it was important that we upgrade this so we can supply 39, actually 26 over here, but we've got another well point on this side. Let's just maybe upgrade this one also, just to be sure, or just to be safe rather. Right, so my money is looking so good, I'm now thinking of maybe adding some extra crop fields over here. See, for the barley, okay, it's going to be better for us to place the crop fields here at the back. Let's maybe do this. I'm going to bring one out like this. And I want to still keep it to 1 Morgan per crop field. Yeah, that's decent. That's 1. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. Alright, so here we've got now 3 extra crop fields. And we're going to do this. Barley, flax, fallow, flax, fallow, barley, and then this one will be a fallow, and then barley and flax. Okay, cool. So now at any given point we've got 3 crop fields that will produce barley and 3 that will produce flax at any given time. And we can just go ahead and assign another family over here, and then yeah, I think we're pretty good with our families that's working here by the crop fields. Now I've got this one policy that I'm also running, which enables the wild animals on the rich deposits to breed twice as fast, but it's also costing us, giving us a 50% less yield for our crop fields, which I think is fine. I mean, you can see there that our ale is doing not too bad. We are getting close to harvesting season now. Yeah, very close. So we seem to be doing fine with the amount of barley and flax that we are obtaining in any case. But the meat is pretty running wild, so you know what, let's unassign this policy. I would love to have more policies. And this is just showing our all-time trade. Okay, it looks a bit cluttered. I think they will improve this over time. Imports, okay, there we go. Exports, okay. That looks a little bit better. When you put everything together, it looks a bit crazy. But if you click on imports and exports separately, it's actually a nice layout. We've got still space for one more family to move in. There they go. You can see they're starting to harvest now the barley and the flax. Yeah, let's maybe assign this family, this extra family that came in. I'm gonna assign them also by the fisherman's hut. But out of all the foods, you can now see the eggs, the sausages and the meat. That's pretty stable. Now I've got really a lot of chicken coops over here, you can see. But I think I've successfully completed or established what I wanted to do. Just, you know, feeding the whole town with all the different foods that's not vegetables, or basically just sticking to the meats. And so I wanted to know if it is possible. I did think it was, but I wasn't sure if you can sustain a town with all these level 3 burgage plots. But we do seem to have a lot of stability here, because at this stage we've got now enough food supply for 6 months and the fuel is not so much of an issue. But yeah, they look pretty happy. I mean, we've got our approval rating now at, let's say, plus minus 80%, which is great, and we are still charging them tax. And you can see our treasury is also looking good. So all in all, I say it's doable if you do want to go that route. But in any case, if you did enjoy this whole series, this playthrough, please do remember to like this video and also subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
In a game of adventure and strategy, we make our mark. That's the game of